Happy Tuesday, everyone.
Up.
We're live again, guys.
It is. It's a. I almost said it. I almost said Thursday.
Yeah. What's new? Andrew's confused again.
I'm always confused.
Yeah.
Always confused.
You're a busy guy, man. Both of you.
I've got all sorts of stuff going on, but we've got a pretty good show packed for you. We've got a really cool special guest out of the West Volusia area up by me, literally my backyard, so to speak. So I'm kind of excited for that. She's done a lot of great things, especially for the fishing community, but she also is an angler that has a really respectable fish. Before we get into that, David, how's your day been? What have you done today?
Busy. Been doing a lot of things that I didn't plan on having to do today, which kind of threw a little monkey wrench into my job. So a little headache, a little stress, typical Tuesday.
Tuesday. I'm stealing
it. You had a good Monday, so you knew it was coming sometime this week.
Yeah, I kind of switched days. I had a good Monday, laid back, relaxed, coming off a second place finish with DJ Green in the Extreme last weekend on Poga. So just shy of 20 and, a good day. And Monday was a good day and
right,
relaxing and buttoned up a few things to get the week started. And then it's into Hell Week in one day.
So how did Poga fish for you, Dave? Obviously pretty good. Second place, great finish, man.
Man, learned a few things this weekend. I can't really get into too much detail because it's something I'm going to use moving forward. But, I'll tell you, man, we just dropped the new colors on the RSB worm this weekend. And, I was lucky enough to get an overnighter. So I had the new color for this weekend, and man, that black and blue tail, silver glitter.
Dude. Oh my God!
Did some work with that bad boy this weekend, son. It's a good
jelly,
worm,
bro.
It's a good worm, man. That RSB, dude, that thing has so much body movement, tail action. It's gonna make me money.
And now you got this overnighter was from the new mold, correct?
Yeah, so it was. I've got Chico's and brand new color. We just dropped as well. Watermelon red chartreuse tail. Now Justin Morgan just put his film over at Okeechobee with that one on Friday. So he got his box a day before me.
Wow.
That's the way it goes.
That is an interesting color. I
may have a picture of it. Hold on.
Yeah, actually you do.
Yeah, let's see it.
So this color is a really good color when the shell cracker and bluegill are up. That watermelon chartreuse. So it's a hot color.
Come on, Andrew.
Hold on a second.
I'm shaking in my seat for this color, man.
Talking. You guys are good at it.
Dude, hey.
That's what we do.
That black and blue silver glitter tail. Ooh.
Now I seen the slide.
I was flipping it, bro.
Listen, when you told me that was the sauce that one day I've had that tournament on Poga. It's what the only thing I caught fish on, flipping. It's a great flipping bait too, man. It catches that water on the way down and it gets in and out easy, dude. Real easy.
No, it was a good weekend. I learned a couple things. I've heard of a couple things over the years and yeah, I experienced a little bit of it, but not as dramatic as what I did on Sunday. And so I'm looking forward to there it is. Watermelon red chartreuse tail. So that young man right there burned up 3 bags of those on Friday.
Nice.
Yeah.
They straight up eat that worm, man. Any way you do it, you don't. It's a good worm, even if you're a beginner. Quarter ounce weight, 5/16.
For real.
Hook it
out there and
hook it horizontal. Horizontal.
Gosh, my world changed once I got that tip from Morgan.
Yeah.
Changed the whole game.
Horizontal, man. Hook it sideways, tail sideways on that thing. Yeah. It fights that body and it gives that body more wiggle.
Yeah,
it's like a true wobble. Yeah,
that tail really gets to kicking.
no.
So it's interesting, man. Like I said, I had a 3/8 ounce on, and I was casting in the pads and just kind of slow rolling through the pads and feathering through the pads, and saw some pads shake, and I reeled it up real quick, flipped it in there, and she grabbed a hold of it right away. So
nice.
No.
Yeah, those worms are straight savage. But we also have we got a little skunk ape special going on.
mm-hmm.
I do.
Let's not forget. You know what time of the year it is, Dave.
Well, I'll tell you what. 4 of the 5 fish we brought to the scales came on the skunk ape this weekend.
Skunk ape. There it is.
Yep.
There it is. That's money right there. That whole setup.
I leave this on my desk with aspirations to fish it, but
dude,
I don't want to go out and get skunked yet. No. This
you do want to get skunked when you have a skunk ape on the end of your lot,
right? Yeah. I'll just have to retie it all, and that's what I don't like these little peg stopper things, but I know they work wonders.
Yeah, well, if you don't have a peg stopper, you're
not punching.
You're in trouble. You're hung up a lot.
Or you think you're going down, but you ain't.
Yeah, exactly.
What you're saying is that's the way I should fish it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, a little Carolina rigging in the pads,
There you go. Well, get over to bassassin.com, check out some skunk apes, throw them in your shopping cart, use promo code SKA15 and save yourself 15%.
15% off. Money bait right now, guys. Money bait.
It is. So we're almost ready to bring her in.
Ooh, I can't wait. So the first time I met her, man, we met her at that hibachi pancake restaurant thingy, man. You had your own little hibachi grill to make your own pancakes.
What?
Yeah. Dude, that place is bomb,
it's DeLeon. It's inside DeLeon Springs State Park, right here in DeLeon Springs, just north of me. And
dude, like they straight up they tell you like, what do you want breakfast meat? And they cook that because of the grease. Other than that, they come out with a bowl with hard eggs. You're looking at it going, well, I ordered a scramble. They're like, oh, you make your own. I'm like, what? Pancakes? Pictures of pancake mix and stuff? Oh, heck yeah, dude.
Oh, man.
Dude, this sounds freaking amazing.
Well, let's get her in.
I've
got a cool trip coming up that kind of involves all that.
Yeah, bring her in. I want to talk pancakes and breakfast and food.
Dude, it's the best, man. That place is the best, dude.
Georgia.
Hey, Miss Georgia.
Hey.
Georgia.
I got a big storm coming up here in Ormond Beach, so that may be what's wrong with my connection. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes.
We can hear you. It's a little shaky, but it'll do.
Okay.
It'll do. That makes sense.
Storm. I don't know what's going on, but sorry about that.
That's okay. That's Florida.
It happens. It happens. It's pretty crystal clear. So we were just talking about the first time that Dave met you. And it was at a FOA event.
And y'all were eating pancakes.
Yeah.
I know.
That was the bomb. You were right. You said that's the best trip of all the week.
I told you. I told you. You know what? They told me out there at the old Spanish sugar mill griddle house that I had brought more people there than anybody had ever brought in the history of their being there since 1961. I mean, I've brought a lot of people there and eaten a lot of pancakes. So,
well, and look, there was a nice boat ride after that. It was nice and relaxing. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's amazing what we've got to offer in West Volusia. I mean, it's just unbelievable. I mean, 3 state parks. The Blue Spring State Park, where all the manatees hang out, the manatee refuge, and then DeLeon Springs, where the pancakes are, and then Pontoon Island. Have you been to that one, Dave?
No, I haven't been to that one. You were talking about that. That's
a really, really cool one. I mean, that's it's just like what it says. It's an island, and they just had this new group that's called Guest Services that have started doing stand-up paddle boards and kayaks and canoes and all kinds of stuff, like an outfitter there. So that's been a big part of that. Yeah.
I bet that's a heck of an attraction.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh,
an
yeah.
attraction with an attraction. That's a good way to say
Yeah.
it. Yeah. So it's just been that's been a fantastic thing to have in the area is and the one out at Blue Springs has got a nature cruise that they take out a couple of times a day. So that's another really fun thing. I mean, I think we're up to like 6 nature cruises now within our area.
Wow.
So
Very cool.
Yeah.
you just can't beat it.
No,
And the airboat ride that you went on, Dave.
Yeah.
Gator.
It was so nice and peaceful. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Full for breakfast, and then you just lay back and go watch the nature and cruising down the river.
That's
No.
right.
The cool thing about basically the stretch from Lake Monroe to, well, even Lake Harney, but Lake Monroe all the way up to Lake George is just ridiculous. There's so many little nooks and crannies on the river and so many little mud lakes that you can go to. It's really a sight to see because there's just so much untouched area. It's awesome.
It's natural Florida. It's what Florida used to be.
Supposed to look like.
Yeah.
That's what we call it, old Florida new vibe.
There you go.
Wow.
I can't ever say that because I'm from Alabama. Vibe. VIBE vibe.
There you go.
I love it.
Old Florida new vibe. That wouldn't sound right, but yeah. So I was talking to my friend Bryn Rollins at the Highland Park Fish Camp, and she gave me some great stuff to tell y'all.
Oh.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay, she said we're in the summer pattern right now. It's a little early for bass, but the people are catching them on some spinner baits. And she said, but they have to get out early. People have to really get out early in the morning. I mean, she's going out as early as like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if y'all know Richard Sims, who's from Chattanooga, but Bryn took him out. Well, actually, James Hillman, who's the captain there at Highland Park Fish Camp, took him out, and they caught some absolutely gorgeous fish the other day. But I mean, she's saying like they're going out between like 6:30 and 10:30. So
Right.
And then everything's just really slowing down. If you get out on the main river, it might be okay. And they're catching a bunch of like bluegill, and I've never heard of this fish before, warmouth.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Warmouth.
Yep.
It's like a
Warmouth?
sunfish and a bass had a baby.
Yeah, they're super aggressive, Georgia. They'll pretty much hit. You can put bubble gum on your hook, and if you get them in their beds, they're gonna hit it.
Yeah.
Okay. What is
They
it?
got a lot of
I
attitude.
don't know, warmouth.
It looks like a bluegill. It looks like a bluegill, but it has like a smallmouth bass mouth to it.
Yeah.
Okay, so she said that's a really big one, and that's like really easy for kids. They're catching them on like crickets
Oh, yeah.
and worms, and she
Mhm.
said that that's what they love to do is
Oh,
take families out early in the morning and just really show them. But she said, I just got to stress that you got to take them out early. So I was like, well, maybe I won't be going.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's all really good stuff.
I mean, they catch something out there no matter what. And too, they've got their fish pond that's out there. That's the the little pond there that's in front of the fish camp, and they stock it up and have people catch stuff all the time. When we have the Crappie USA and the Crappie Masters, they have like the kids rodeos out there, and
Nice.
kids catch a lot of stuff. So that's fun. That's really
Well,
fun.
that's a fish after your own heart, if I recall.
Yes.
You're fond of a crappie.
I am now a crappie fisherwoman.
You're a crappie
Angler.
queen.
Yes, I am. That one that y'all saw the picture of me was a 2.32. That in April. It's on my wall now.
That's what I said, Dave. I was like, oh my goodness.
On your wall. That thing should be between 2 pieces of bread.
Well, I know, but I went out with Jack Smith, who's my friend, who has the crappie at night lights, and I caught that one at night, and I caught it in April. So I caught it in April, which is amazing, and we're getting ready to go out again within these next couple of weeks because. Nobody thinks you can catch anything in the summertime, and he catches. I mean, like within the last couple of weeks, at a forest lake, which shall remain unnamed. Well, which forest lake he takes me on, but he catches 20, 30 fish a night. So that's really, really cool. I don't know if y'all know Beth Broxton, but Beth is another friend of ours from over in Sanford. Her son is a fisherman that's been on the Crappie Master trail for a while. off and on, but he's a young guy, and she's just a great angler on her own. And the night that we went out, Jack was like, "You're going to catch a bunch of fish, girls." And we're like, "I don't know." And they put out all the, like the lines, and we caught like about 40 within 30, 40 minutes. I mean, I've never had that kind of rush in my whole entire life. So.
Got all them poles going off, yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny because people are like, "Oh yeah, crappie season's done. You're not catching any more crappie." It's like, what do? Pack their bags and go back north?
Yeah.
They didn't leave the lake.
No, I mean that's what we've done too. That's what I love about Jack is that you catch all of those, and he takes them home for you, and then the next time you go out fishing, he'll bring it back to you.
Oh,
cook them up, and they're so good. They're really
good.
Really
oh my gosh, yeah.
I'll tell you what, the cool thing about his whole concept is fishing at night. I mean, that's the perfect way to beat the heat during the summertime. And fish are still really active. But in the day, it's sluggish, and they just want to stay in deeper water and not be touched. But at nighttime, you got no problem, especially with his lights that draws in all the bait. So they're very active.
I've just never seen anything like that in my life. I mean, I really hadn't. I mean, like we'd go out like at 8 o'clock at night, and I was just kind of like, oh, look up at the stars, look at the sunset, look at everything, and then all of a sudden you go like, Georgia, run. Stop, because it is.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's a fun time, and for the listeners, Thermacell. Thermacell. You will not have any issues. You can go shorts and a t-shirt. Thermacell, you're good to go.
Well, and one night we went out. We took Ross Janke, who owns the DeLand Hotel there in DeLand, and we went out, and it poured down rain. Ooh, poured, and we were just catching them like crazy.
Yeah.
It was pouring down rain. We had them like, I've had, I don't know, when those, what are they, blind mosquitoes or whatever that come up and get to it, and I've had like big I don't know what you even call it. What is that, like a screen on my head or something?
Like a net?
Mosquito nets.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
They're annoying.
Yeah, that's fun.
But that Thermacell will save your freaking life out there, Dave. You're dude.
Let me tell you something cool, though, that we are going to be hosting. We're hoping to host 2 more crappie tournaments in January. We're in negotiations right now with a Crappie USA and Crappie Masters. So
very cool.
We've had Crappie USA before, but we think we're going to have we've had them for like a 1-day tournament, but I'm pretty sure they're going to come back for a 2-day tournament. And then Crappie Masters has been coming like for maybe 8 or 9 years, and we're going to have them for 2 days as well.
And so are those held on the river? Are those held on the river there?
Yeah. We both of them they take off at Edstone Park.
Okay.
So that's there, and did the weigh in and everything there, and it's unbelievable. I mean, they catch some big old fish. It's really a fun thing to watch. So. Yeah, that's a cool one. And then we were talking earlier about Randy Newton, and we've got the kayak anglers of Florida coming back for their championship at Highland Park Fish Camp in August. Yes. So that's like August 13th and 15th. So
that's right around the corner.
Yeah. So I mean,
David Harper, who fishes that, says that they're talking about you on that podcast right now.
Oh, good. I know I was watching it earlier, but I'm going to go and talk with them later. But that's a cool thing. They're going to bring them back here. We had a great time last year, and they caught a lot of fish, and we just really had a good time with them. They like to drink beer like I do, and we had their opening night at the Persimmon Hollow, which is one of our breweries in downtown DeLand. And I think this time they're going to not only do the opening ceremonies, but they're also going to do come back and do their award ceremonies. So we'll be there on Friday night and on Sunday night, which is going to be fun. So that's a good group of folks. We really enjoyed being with them last year. So I mean, I've never seen a happier group of people than fishermen and anglers.
That's a fact.
I mean, everybody's very, very happy to be out there, doing what they do. And we're just really, really lucky to have some great fisheries here. I mean, St. John's River, you can't beat it. Jack was telling me today that he's been fishing all over the country right now. And I guess he's been like down to Darbon and some places like Lake Hartwell, and some of them that are up, in different parts. But he said, you just, we hate to brag about it, but you just can't help but brag about what we've got to offer here.
No,
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I wish we get some things straightened out in the state, because they're attempting to kill all of it right now, unfortunately. But hopefully we can get things worked out and we can start saving some of these bodies of water. These Lake Okeechobee and Kissimmee Chain and Harris Chain and some of these lakes that bring in these good draws, especially for the tourism department. I mean, up there in St. John's is another one. Lake George, known for the grass, and it hurt because we too do need that money in the tourism, and fishing is it's a big industry in the state of Florida. State of Florida is in the U.S. So
it impacts everything, not just the fishermen, the restaurants, the hotels, literally everything, like you were saying, Dave. It's very sad to see. It's very
well. You just can't imagine what the impact of these 3 tournaments that we has on us. I mean, and what I love is that it takes people to places they may not have seen before, like up at Paramore's and, down at Highland Park Fish Camp. And we've got a group that, a group of people that just purchased the, what used to be the, no, not Astor.
Jungle Den?
The Blair's
Jungle Den. Yeah. I heard that as well.
Jungle Den. And, that's going to be a huge, huge thing. And then another realtor in Ormond just bought the not Astor Bait, but the Astor Bridge Marina. So that whole area of theirs getting ready to have a big renaissance within the next couple of years. So, and that's just beautiful. To me, that's just a beautiful part of the area. I mean, I just think that's so pretty up in Astor. And a lot of people have a lot of really good memories of Blair's Jungle Den. There was a lot of like race car drivers and people like that that went there for years. So that's a cool part of history. Now, I don't know if they know what they're going to call it yet, but they for some reason, I guess with the purchase and everything, they wouldn't let them call it Blair's Jungle Den. But I'm not sure exactly what they're going to call it, like River Bend or something. And then I think the Astor Bridge might be going through a rebrand too. So, but that to me, that's one of the prettiest parts of the area that there is, up in there. So we're really looking forward to all that.
Nice.
So we got a lot of cool things going on. I mean, the pandemic hadn't slowed us down any.
No, outdoor booming.
Well, if anything, it's sparked outdoors.
Well, and our county was just fantastic with what they did. Is they never closed down any of the ramps, like boat ramps. They never closed down any of that. They never closed the beach. Well, they closed the beach for a couple of weeks, but that was great. They didn't close the beach down. They kept the trails open. All the stuff that we really promote was still open during the pandemic. And I'm like you. I think that a lot of people just finally got outside again that weren't getting outside.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people that started that fished that had never fished before, or that had kayaked and never kayaked before, or tried paddle boards, or whatever they had done. So I think that's really cool that people discovered the outdoors during this time, because you didn't have to wear a mask when you're kayaking.
Yeah.
No.
And the fishing business is quadrupled. People that used to fish as a kid, and hasn't fished since, now they can. And people that never fished a day in their life, that would always be like, oh, fishing, ended up going to buy a rod and reel and
falling in love.
We got a new customer. And
the two rodeos that we had, like the fishing rodeos out at Highland Park Fish Camp, during the Crappie Masters and the Crappie USA, we had more kids than we've ever had. I mean, we had like 100 kids out there, just because people were like, they wanted to get out. Well, first of all, and support the tournament, but also to get their kids out there. And I mean, little kids, little teeny tiny, babies.
I love it.
I thought that was really cool.
No. I saw you not long ago at, what was that?
The wedding place at the Legacy.
Legacy at Meadow Oaks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I was talking with Chad, and I'm trying to convince him to turn those back ponds into pay ponds, because there's a lot of good fishing back there.
Yeah, because didn't he have like a fishing tournament or whatever that day?
Yeah, he did, and my kids won the child side of it.
Cool. What they catch?
You sure it was your kids and not you, Andrew?
Yeah.
I mean, wise.
That was Allison and the two youngins. I had the older one, and with the other one, I lost my tournament.
Makes sense.
That makes sense. There we go.
Shocker. News alert.
Right.
What? Hey, Andrew, what they catch? What was?
It was just bluegill. Yeah, bluegill. There was some good sized bass strolling through there, but they weren't really interested.
Okay.
I don't know what the deal is with that front pond, but it's more for looks than it is for anything. But there is some good fish in there.
Man, that was beautiful. For what we're talking about is this, and I always get the name wrong. Legacy at Meadow Oaks up in Pearson, and it's a lot of what we promote is destination weddings, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, like huge wedding destination. And
I can see at Oak Meadows.
Yeah,
we were backwards.
At Meadows. So that was a cool thing. I mean, to have a fishing tournament during your grand opening of a wedding destination.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a really, really cool place. Let me see if I can pull up a picture of the dock.
Yeah, I think I've seen some photos from you. Did you put any of this on Facebook, Andrew?
I put a few. Not really.
It itself.
Yeah.
Well, what you posted, it looked really nice, man. Like
it's gorgeous. I mean, it's you know where Pearson is. I don't know if you know where Pearson is, but the northern part of our area, it's just gorgeous. That's where a lot of it's like the fern growing capital of the country.
Really?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah. No, so we've got some of them here. I'll show.
Oh wow.
So that's kind of like that's like the front looking in, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the front looking in, and then this is kind of the going off the back dock right there behind it. It's just a nice open area to fish. You can walk all the way around it.
Oh wow, yeah, you can fish that whole pond. Yeah,
they've got this awesome pavilion that they set up right outside on it, and they had music playing outside. They had they had
like a rodeo. I mean, like
ride the bull
riding thing.
Oh,
it was crazy.
That's awesome.
No, I didn't ride it. I didn't want to show anybody up. Hey,
look, you had kids there.
They rode it.
I guarantee you, if I was there with you, I know how to get you to ride that. So about 3 drinks in, and Andrew's feeling frisky.
There we go.
About eight drinks in, and it's a guaranteed. It starts to black out.
That's my kind of wedding, when you can go fishing at the wedding.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would have to attend. I would never be able to get married there. My wife would be. No.
No, but that's a really, really pretty part of the and they've also got a sturgeon.
Oh,
we lost her.
We lost you for a second.
We got you back.
Come back.
Almost.
We got you back. My phone was ringing.
There we go.
Oh, I think we got you back.
But anyway, they've also got like a sturgeon farm up there where they make caviar.
Yep.
Really?
If you've heard about that, it's called Anastasia Gold, I think it's called. And I've been there.
Yeah.
Before. It's really cool. So yeah, that whole area. I mean,
that's neat. Just something different.
Never knew.
Beach, I got other than a beach and a mountain. I think I've got everything. Anything you'd want, from pancakes to manatees.
You're a Southern belle with a Southern charm.
Pancakes to
You love
caviar.
to fish, and you love to drink beers. So
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I get a 2 thumbs up in my book, Georgia, for sure.
There you go.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm Georgia from Alabama who lives in Florida.
Yeah.
I love yoga and beer gets me through the year. That's my philosophy.
Nickname SEC.
That's right. And I'm an Auburn graduate, so go there.
Oh,
War Eagle.
War damn eagle, buddy. So,
my daughter was the Crimson.
I know. I've been with.
Hey, look, I'm a Michigan.
Here
we go, right here. I'm a Michigan man myself, so.
Okay, well, we can.
But she was Crimson, and look, Daddy was okay with supporting her. So.
Oh God. I don't want to talk about Alabama tonight.
You're just like me. Oh, good Lord.
Hey, but when I was in Alabama for about 3 years, and a lot of the groups that we hosted were university fishing clubs. So we had like the Auburn University Fishing Club, and even like Daytona State College, and all kinds of people that were up there, and that was really neat. And I don't know how popular that is in the state of Florida. Do we have a lot of like high school and college fishing clubs?
There was just a big event on Okeechobee this past weekend.
Yep, the regionals.
Yeah.
Who was that?
For the high school.
That was for high schoolers and juniors, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yeah, juniors.
Yeah, that was big money too, because the family would come, like mom and dad and grandmother and granddaddy and all.
Oh yeah, you get all that support.
That was a really good piece of business for us.
Yeah. I think it's very cool though that kids these days have an option to do that as a sport. I fished my whole life growing up since I was 4, and if I had that opportunity, that would have been awesome for me.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Georgia, you could reach out to the Bass Nation people, because I know there was a lot of disgruntled down there in Okeechobee, because Okeechobee's prices and rates went through the roof, that those kids came down there.
One of the guys that is really involved in that, I think, is from DeLand. And so he reached out to me at one point, but I have not really talked to them. COVID did a lot of crazy stuff to us.
Oh yeah.
I mean, our crappie masters and Crappie USA and all them stayed with us. But, we some people that were looking to come here just didn't, it didn't happen. So that's a good idea, because I think I dealt with somebody that was in, I think he was in DeLand, that was real involved with that, but I didn't know that's where they went.
I talked to a few parents that were down there, and the price gouging was pretty bad. They weren't too happy down there. So. Okay. And it sucks, because it's a heck of a draw, over 200 boats in this thing. And, my shops down there, they love it. My shops love those kids and take care of those kids, all 3 of them, and Fast Break, Headquarters, and Gerard's. They love those kids. And Leaf over at Gerard's actually cooked. He had 14 Boston butts on a smoker for the kids. And come there and had a facility there to have those kids come on by and get themselves a free barbecue dinner, and parents and stuff like that. And that's awesome. I mean, they really know how to do it up, and it just sucked that the hotels did what they did down there. It just and the guys all had words with everybody down there.
That's
just
sad.
So
we knew how to do it in North Alabama. I mean, we fed them. And we would like bring a big. That area is known for music, and we would bring, a great band out there, and have 5,000 pizzas or something, and
that's awesome.
And that was really, really fun. So I hate to hear that. And our all of our hotels were always really thankful, because that's a good piece of business.
Very good piece of business.
You would think that. They're all sold out. Like, to get a room on some of these events is almost impossible. Like, there was no reason for that whatsoever. That's
but I don't know what kind of accommodations or whatever they have at Lake Okeechobee.
Well, they have enough hotels and places to stay, but they go from $90 up to $300. And it's like. Right. It was awful. There's a lot of upset parents there last week, and that was one of the things. And it's such a great body of water. It's great people.
I was gonna say the people are good, and that
just those people, certain ones, it stinks, because those are the ones that'll ruin it for everybody. And those guys down in those shops, they deserve all that. You know, they take care of those kids. They love those kids. They spoil those kids. They give them breaks. You know, they get product for big discounts and stuff. You know, they want to see those kids succeed, and they want those kids back. You know,
well,
and
that's the way we were too, because you know a lot of them came back as anglers in the FLW and everything else that we hosted later. You know, and they love they love the Tennessee River. So so that's a shame, but. Well, I'm going to reach back up. Thank you for giving me that reminder, because we'll reach back out to. It was a guy, I think, that was from DeLand who was real involved and everything. Was like, well, let's get it up here. So our I guess our challenge is that we don't have a lot of rooms. So we have about 1,200 rooms within our area, and the last couple of times, what we noticed was a lot of people were staying in VRBO and Airbnbs and those, which is great because we get that money too. But what was really cool was because there were so many of them that were right on the river, and they could just pull their boats up. You know what I mean? They wouldn't have to come in and out of the of the river and everything.
Well, the nice thing is the families all travel together, so. Airbnbs, I mean, you have a list, you hand the list out to the director, and everybody has that list, and everybody can start calling and doing the accommodations and following through after that. So
well, we definitely love our anglers, and we love the tournaments and just everybody that comes here. I mean, we got people year round. I mean, it's not like like during the pandemic, Bryn out at Highland Park Fish Camp had this $99 pontoon boat rental. And I mean, I swear to God, I think she rented like 500 pontoon boats in a year, just because people just like to be out on the water. That was, especially during that time, early on in the pandemic, when people were just like, I got to get out and do something. And it was, it was safe and nice, but she had like she did like a Groupon deal or something and did like $99. And I mean, people really discovered the whole area.
And that's a solid rate too. That's a solid
rate.
I'll do it. Heck. Me and Andrew, we just had this conversation a little earlier today. Sometimes you just need to disconnect and just get out there and be away from all the screens and the noise of life, and it's just about being outdoors. And I feel like in Georgia, a lot of people discovered that through the pandemic. That's one of the, I guess, positives we can take away from it,
Well, and that's what our positive was, is we just saw how many people loved our area and told other people about it. I mean, we've got a whole, huge trail system here that, people can hike and bike, and people are coming in from Palm Coast or Leesburg or whatever, going like, I'm sick of I'm sick of like all of my trails. What have you got? I mean, a lot of people discovered our area just kind of like I hate to say that by mistake, but and it's just
venturing out,
And Florida is still our major market. I mean, we, when you don't have as big of a budget and you don't have a beach and all that we don't. I mean, Florida is our bread and butter. I mean, so many people come in from all over the state and just want to come down and enjoy the parks or, the state parks. And we've got a National Wildlife Refuge with Lake Woodruff National Wildlife Refuge that's gorgeous. And, just all these different things that we've got. And I don't know, I'm not sure exactly when Bryn does her, she starts doing some tours that have the swallowtail kites. I think that's sometime in the summer, where a lot of people come to just go out on the pontoon boats or go out and like out in Lake Woodruff and see the swallowtail kites, which is really cool. So we got a lot of really neat things going on.
Doesn't Blue Springs have at some point like a butterfly hatch?
No, the big thing that they do is I'm not sure about the butterflies, but one of the big things that they do I think it's the spring, is that it might be Lyonia that does the butterflies, but what the big thing that Blue Spring does is they've got the fireflies. And so that was huge, where all the fireflies were, I mean, you can go out there and just see it's pitch black, beautiful out there, and you can see all the fireflies. So they did that They didn't get to do it during the pandemic, but they got to do it this year. But they weren't there as long as they usually were. But that's a cool thing.
Interesting. And what time of the year is this, Georgia?
I think it's spring. I can't really remember. Kind of time flies in April, May.
I'll check it out.
Because they can't really tell you when it is.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's just like there.
Like, hurry up, come on. Yeah.
Yeah, come on now.
No, that's interesting.
Yeah, but,
I got 3 little ones. I think would love to see something like that. It's pretty cool.
It is really, really neat. I mean, I've seen little children out there losing their minds.
Yeah, I'd probably lose my mind. That sounds awesome.
I mean, it's cool. And I was asking one of the rangers out there, I said, why don't you like time this with music? And he said, George, this is not like a Christmas light. Can you put some music behind it? Not like Christmas
awesome.
lights.
That is great.
That is
yeah,
awesome.
I mean, that's a beautiful park. I mean, we really are fortunate that we've got all these really pretty parks.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
What are you looking at, Andrew? Andrew looks like he's looking for something.
I'm searching some things.
What are you searching now?
I want to know because there's some butterfly hatch somewhere.
He's hooked on his butterfly. I knew it. I sensed it in him. I seen it in his eyes. Once he gets to thinking.
Andrew, lift your shirt up and go look in the mirror. It's on the small of your back, bud.
Right?
Yeah,
Look at this. Wait a second.
I know that we're all monarch cities. I mean, I know that, DeLand was one of the first monarch cities, and I'm not real sure what that means. I think we just got a lot of monarch butterflies, and like Helen's one, and Deltona's one, just because, they've got a lot of monarch butterflies, but I don't know about the hatching.
There was something that I heard one time.
He's going to find out for me.
Yeah, he's going to find out.
It's going to take some recon.
If you know Andrew, he will get to the bottom of it.
Yeah. That's a fact.
He ain't going to let it go.
It'll be 3 weeks from now. I'll be like, listen, guys, I found it.
I found it out.
Yeah, you'll be like me and wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and have to text us and tell us what
he will. He will, Georgia.
Andrew, if I get a butterfly text at 3 in the morning, we're going to have problems, bro.
Yeah, I'm driving up there. I'm driving the 2.5 hours and punching you right in the face.
No, Georgia, I really appreciate you joining us. It's just always a pleasure to talk to you.
Y'all are awesome, and you know how much I appreciate you, Andrew. You've helped me a lot throughout my time here. Within the this is my friend who's Nature Adventures of Daytona this win.
Hey! I really enjoyed this whole encounter.
She's sitting here telling me what to say. She's more of a fisher woman than me.
There you go.
There you go.
You got to have some secret in your pocket, right?
That's right. You gotta know what to do here. So, but this is fun, y'all, and I'll keep you posted. I'd love to come back and talk about the tournaments or anything else that we got going on, because I mean we really and I think you should have Win. I mean not Win. That's Win. Bryn. Have Bryn come on one night, Andrew, because she gave me my cheat sheet of what I'll tell you tonight. But she's awesome. She's getting ready to have a baby.
I know.
Oh goodness.
She's having a baby, so I think that'll be like the 9th generation kid that's going to be raised at Highland Park Fish Camp, which will be really cool. So, he's awesome.
That is really cool. Well, all right, guys. I think it's time to wrap this up. It has been a pretty cool night, cool conversation. I'm not lying. I'm really just getting off to go search for the butterfly.
I know he's on a mission. He's got like 9 tabs up.
I'll be up about 7. So
I'm gonna find it. 'Cause we had they have that historic house there, and we had to stand by the house. I remember something.
No, I mean, don't you hate it when you can't find something like that? But you'll find it. Keep looking.
We'll find it.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Miss Georgia. It's good seeing you again.
All right, good to see you too. Come back and eat pancakes with me.
I will.
I'm coming, Georgia. I'm Dave. I'm ready.
All right, I'll see y'all.
Take care.
Good night.
Good night. Bye. Oh man,
I love her.
What a spitfire, right?
I love her, and I would love to eat pancakes with her and float down the river with all of you guys. That sounds freaking amazing, dude.
Oh yeah, dude, we jump on this big old like flat bottom barge type thing and
just cruise. Just
you did the river cruise.
Yeah, I did the river cruise right after.
Yeah, no, that thing's got bench seats on it. They used
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Oh
It's
yeah.
It's like a legit
I'm talking like sprawled out, bro. Let
Bro.
those pancakes settle.
Dude, that sounds.
They got like 24 to 26 seats on these things.
Yes.
What?
And it's just like a giant barge.
You just let the river take you,
Go right out the river, man. Right out to the main river.
dude. That's
Turn around and come right on back. It's about 45 minutes to an hour.
It's absolutely crazy how popular that is. Like with the sightseers, the bird watchers, all that stuff. Because
a lot of birds, a few gators, a lot of birds though. Like the bird watchers would love
it's
that.
mainly the birds, man. Because occasionally you'll see some eagles back there, but there's a lot of osprey. There's a lot of.
Do they have like the spoonbills and stuff? Like
Blizzard ducks.
Spoonbills. I'm assuming they're there. I've not necessarily seen them. I've seen them on the coast though.
Yeah,
like up towards St. Augustine and everything.
Dude, I've recently started seeing them here in Central Florida for some reason. I don't know. I've rarely seen them here. All of a sudden, this year, I've seen like 50 of them, like an insane amount of spoonbills.
Dude, I've got an osprey at this pond. I've got an osprey at this pond that just annihilates the ducklings. I'm not lying. Like it just waits, and like there's all these little mottled ducks, and they run around. Like there's 6 of them one day, and you look up, and then there's 5. And it's like, where'd it go? And like, there's just this osprey. Tyler was out there and saw one swoop down and pick up the ducklings. And I was like, dude, you better be careful.
We had a freaking giant, great, what do they call them, great barn owls or something, swoop on one of my mom's little poodles one time. I was outside. It was insane, dude. That thing came to screeching and the flapping, like you felt the freaking wind from this thing. And it was insane, dude. The poodle made it out, but not without
owls are crazy. Owls are definitely crazy. We used to fish a couple night docks and there'd be owls there.
Owls are sketch, bro.
They would just sit there and wait.
Yeah. You don't even see them.
No, and they're like backs turned to you, but they're looking at you. It's like,
hey, Joe does that same thing.
Damn. No.
Joe's got a lot of rotation in that neck. That round head is.
And I got a good wingspan too. I'll be an owl for Halloween, dude.
Okay, so I'm looking up butterflies. Joe's been wanting to be an owl.
Listen,
it's time to cut us off.
It is.
No, Thursday night though, we've got a special guest that Dave happens to know really well.
Steve Dial, bruiser baits, flat out tungsten, basset fixing gear.
Yes.
Good dude, man. This is gonna be a good show. I love that, man.
And some cool, interesting things.
I'm diving into the amber flash snake.
I received a little goodie pack from Mr. Dial.
Dave always gets the goodies, doesn't he, Andrew?
Yeah.
You don't even know what to do with them, though, Andrew.
I'm actually excited about it, man. Last weekend obviously wasn't going to do me any good. Well, the weights did me okay, but the other things that we're going to talk about in the show for our listeners on Thursday, 2 things that I was highly impressed with that I think is definitely going to be something you put in your tackle box, man. I'm excited. There's going to be a certain time of year for one. There's another time of year for the other. And we'll show you and discuss it on Thursday. Leave you hanging.
There you go.
I'm excited. Until Thursday, guys. Take care. Thanks for tuning in. Get your skunk apes. 15% off right now. Dave's waving. Andrew's looking at butterflies. I'm working on an owl costume. We'll see you guys Thursday.
I'm not looking at butterflies. I'm tired of you.